Bada bing, bada boom. That looks like live. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Space Engineers, and welcome back to Space Engineers. I can intro. Okay, so as we load up the world, last we left off, we had just completed a series of farces that cost us parts of a ship and dignity. But we do have a little foothold on the ice, and that's where we will come back in once that loads. Ha ha ha. Intro, intro. Good at things. So, yeah. I've not done too much in this world, partially because I just haven't had any time this week. I did come in, actually, just before I started here, and welded up the. Oh, here we are. Oh, here we are, except for I have to click into the window. Uh, I came in and welded up our little pad. So, that's the small bit of base preparation we got from last time. So that's now here and a thing that exists. So yeah, this week, that's best way to get out there. This week we're going to be going about building a fuel refinery on top of that. What are you're fine up there. So yeah, let's go. As the sun crests the hill. Wow, that's uh well, that's not great. That's lovely. Maybe not screenshot lovely, but that does have a nice look. Maybe well, with the amount of time it takes, maybe we'll get a great shot of the sun rising over a completed refinery near the end of this. But for now, let's see. I've not really thought too much as to how to do this. My general idea. So, we don't really need to go down a ton into the ice, because the ice doesn't go very far down. I'm thinking if we have one piston down, we can sort of do this as a reverse of the drill, the iron drill that's way up there, and have a bunch of pistons that push it way out into the lake, then just one piston that drops it down into the lake. So, and then we'll have it kind of arc back and forth, I guess. So, get rid of this junk. Start out with all our various bits and bobs. I don't know. I guess a hinge would work here well. Because if I want it to just go back and forth, I don't nearly need the full range of motion. Granted, no, let's see. We'll do a rotor and just set it up wherever rotors live. There you are. Because while there's not much ice over there, I can have it sweep over this way and go much further over there. So we'll do that. Let me get some interior plate because I'm very much prepared for what I'm doing. Into the hold. Just enough to place stuff. Kind of plan everything out. Okay. So, in fact, we could even have it slightly off-centered. So it swoops out. I like that. Okay. So I'll have one of those there. Actually, no. We'll have a little pillar. One of those on top of the pillar. And then that on top of that. That way, I may need to put it one higher. What I'm thinking is we'll have the extending kind of boom arm come off this with maybe 3 pistons worth. Then we have 1 piston going down and the drill attached to it. The drill, if I'm right, they're big boys. Yeah, so the drill is 3 blocks on its own. Piston is 2 more blocks. Actually, I need to this tower must rise. Give me that. I want this 2 more blocks up with that. That way, I have enough room for the piston and drill. I should be able to just place them without having to deal with any annoyance. So now, we'll do maybe... Uh-oh. Well, that's moving slightly, but that's fine. Okay. So that'll give it... How many things? Oh, pistons actually aren't... Uh-oh. Pistons actually aren't super expensive. So yeah, I'll do a 4th one. I thought they took much more steel than that. I guess the drill is the really pricey thing. And that is a, relatively... Ooh, wow. Speech. I couldn't think of the word, and instead of trying to come up with a different word, I decided that the best course of action would just be to stop doing anything for a second. Have some nice comfy dead air. We only need 1 drill. That's part of the why you design things to kind of spin and rotate, so that you can get more with just 1 drill. So that saves us that price. Why am I here? Oh, hydrogen. Oofa toofa. H. Hydrogen tank, 30. Put it in. H. Not nearly as quick to do this by just pressing the letter H. Okay, yeah, it's got a little bit in it. Perfect. Okay. Top form today. So, 4th piston on there, so that'll go out like miles. Then we'll put that there. And then... Oh, hello, little fella. Cargo ship up there. Okay. So, now when I lower that down, it will start drilling ice and get us fuel. Okay, so that's that part. Good. And what we'll need, and what I may do, the next step we'll need is a cargo container on board to hold all the ice while it gets processed. Which... I think if we do kind of right here on this corner, should be fairly easy to just pipe this straight over. What I'm gonna do... yeah, I've got a fun idea. I want this to be enclosed in at least a bit of armor. Just because, one, it's expensive, and it'll be the hydrogen tanks will be important. I'll also be covering them, but this will be critical in the process because, one, it's linking the ice, and two, all the ice will just fall out and I won't be able to get it. So I want that there. What we'll do... leave that port open. Maybe leave this port open. We'll have it as sort of a little outbuilding. So that'll look cool. Ooh, and maybe actually we'll have another tube come off that with a turret. Or no. We'll have the turret on top. This will also be the sort of makeshift guard station. Like that. Yeah. Oh, I guess... well, it won't matter too much. I can weld this up and then weld up the thing through the holes. But... generally best practice to weld up the thing inside before you weld up all the walls around it. Okay. I'll take a bunch of that. I guess I don't need to weld that up. Let's keep going on the design aspect. Okay. So next, we'll need our actual refinery. Which... yeah, I'm thinking maybe like this. Do inline and kind of over here. Do 3 of these. That should give us some good generation rate without being too heavy on processing. So we'll do that. And then over here, we'll have our tank farm. Oh, no, actually. And maybe I'll extend this out a block or two. Maybe. There we go. Oh. So much steel. Yeah, so we'll have those, and then we'll have a gap in between, and then we'll have 3 more. That should be more than enough. I think there are 4 hydrogen tanks on the scrap metal. So this should be enough to completely refuel it, along with, well, and leaving some in reserve. So, well, that's what I was doing. Finish welding up this so I can pick up that metal I dropped. Okay. So much welding. This used to be slightly faster when I had better tools, but my good tools died at some point along with me. So I could rebuild... oh, I'm out of steel. I think I have the parts to make at least like the second tier up of welders and stuff. Because I think those just take cobalt. But I don't want to do that. Solely because I'm greedy and want to hoard all the cobalt for myself. Despite this going also to myself. Okay. So those will all just pipe through. And I only need one of these pipes, but I think it'll look better to have multiple. Kind of each tank interconnected as you walk through, inspecting levels and whatnot. Okay. Now I'm out of all the things. Oh, which kind of silly because I need to place the scaffolding for the main connection as well. Ow. It's the danger of just zipping about everywhere. Okay. So for this, give it a slight angle so it lines up. Yeah. So I'll have this, we'll have a little courtyard area here. I'll have to at some point figure out what I may do is, oh, yeah, I think I'll have to. I may run a pipe out this way to a second pad, kind of clear of the drill arc that I can use to actually land, or maybe up. That's a bit of a steep hill. Maybe out that way. I need somewhere where I can land the scrap metal to actually... Oh, what am I doing? It's got a boom arm on the side. I'll just have to build a little tower off the top at the same height as that. And I should be able to just park right here and fuel up. Or maybe over here. I'll explore that when I get to it. Because I want to get something so I can actually dock up and fuel up. But that's the future. Now those are done. Okay. Oh, let's not go into the crack. This is kind of foolish because, yeah, I'm now out of stuff. Okay. Well, let's see. Just take a bunch of that. Ooh. I should figure out how I want to... Oh, and I forgot about all this back here. I should figure out how I want to cover these tanks. Also, how... Whew. Tanks are expensive. Okay. New plan.
Inventory full.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I want to put these... Oh, maybe that's how I'll do it. Yes. Okay. So we'll have 3 tanks running this way. And that'll be it. Because those things are pricey. Yeah. I guess with the option in the future maybe of expanding tanks out this way. Oh, no. So that is part of it, I guess. Dang, that's the issue. I don't know enough. I've not experienced enough to know how much fuel, like how much hydrogen this will generate on a single swipe. Because much like the other one, my plan is to have, oh, actually, how do I want to... Maybe I'll just kind of run this one manually, sweeping it back in. So one arc will basically just be one line going out and around. But I don't know how much ice that will generate and how much fuel that will translate to. Because those things hold a lot, but I don't want to have a situation where I'm just destroying the ice because everything's full up and I'm not actually able to use it. So, well, we'll just have to try things out and see what happens, I guess. We'll go with 3 for now. We've got room to expand. Oh, those take so much steel plate. Okay, off for more steel. I guess something I can do too. So, these will obviously, well, they can fill up just kind of as quick backup. If I'm actually refueling the scrap metal, I can just sit it on the wherever it parks and then just run the machines. I don't necessarily, I can just put it directly into the tanks on board as opposed to, I don't want to be up here. As opposed to having to put it into a storage tank and then connecting the ship. Not just a waste of time and money. Okay. What's that? And these are pretty pricey too. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and set to production some more steel plate. I don't know if we'll need it, but it'll be handy to have at least. And actually, we probably will need it if I want to actually build some sort of docking structure. Uh-oh. Okay. I think that's just one of those that's fine with itself. I'm always paranoid when the assertive ships are antennaed, because that means they're in range potentially for drones, or it can. Because they're the ones that don't have an antenna and just hover about. So, but that's part of why the scrap metal's here, is it is currently our gun platform. So we should be relatively safe. But yeah, I won't get far with those. How much things? 9. Time for more steel. Actually, maybe... Oh, that's an engine. Toss myself up here. Go take a quick little nap to regain some power. Which would go faster if I went and just used the survival kit, but this seems more comfortable. After a hard day of welding, sometimes you just need to lie down for a second. Okay. Heavy, heavy this. Good. I don't need the tubes for these. Well, I need them for the piston, not the piston head. So I will ignore them. Because nothing has ever failed on an engineering level because people didn't put the necessary care into their workmanship. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna need this other plate if I want to actually build a meaningful structure to cover up the fuel tanks. And maybe that's what I do. Maybe I build on top of the fuel tanks a landing pad for the scrap metal. That could look kind of cool. That'll probably be... Well, I'll have to see. The danger with trying to land large ships on... This is not the right rotor. Dang it. Okay. Well, what's going to be my best option here? I could grind down all these things, replace the rotor, and put it back on. Or, I could attempt to lift the structure up with this headhunter and just kind of hover crane it in position. Dang, I'd have to go all the way back. I have actually one of my oldest ship designs that I still regularly use is specifically a crane. Essentially, it's a ship, atmospheric ship, but it's designed to lift stuff. That would be super handy here, but I'd have to go all the way back home to try and print one off, and I don't think the printer is in the right configuration to do one. It requires a kind of different shape. So we'll see what this can do. What I will do, though... Where are you landing gear? I'm gonna have this kind of extended well out from the body, so hopefully the thrusters won't cook anything. I think these are what you need. Yes. Okay, then I can keep those. So, what this process will be, take off. I have no idea if the 4 little thrusters on here can hold this thing up, because this will be pretty heavy. Also, it's going to be weird because there are like 5 subgrids. Ooh, this could get feisty. Okay. And clunk. We're locked. So, what I'm going to do, if I hit detach, it will detach the rotor head from this incomplete piston, and hopefully the headhunter will take over and be able to provide enough upthrust to keep this thing roughly in position. So, here we go. It's sort of working. I think I'm going to have to work fast. Okay. Nope, give me the head. Thank you. Okay, frantic next step. I need to replace... Good thing it's rolling over. That's not a good thing. Okay. Dang, I'd hoped I was kind of roughly in the center. But it is providing enough lift, so that's good to know. Let's roll it left. Oh, oh no, I think it's just flopping all about. Okay. We'll work fast. So now I replace with an advanced rotor, grind off its head, and attach an advanced rotor head here. Weldy weldy. Now, if I kind of put this back in position, ooh, which is going to be a little tough to do, because it is fighting me hard. It's not center. Oh, come on. Oh, every little motion, like every little mouse twitch is really amplified with this thing on the back. Okay. This would be real better to do with two people, because I could have someone else connect it when it's ready. Okay. We're just gonna have to risk it. Oh, it's probably too far off. Attach. Ho ho ho! Okay. Oh, and the headhunter didn't even explode. That's handy. So yeah, that's how you do repairs when you use the wrong thing on accident. Give me this. There we go. And it is generally always that frantic and scary. Oh yeah. That is, when building in creative mode, that is still kind of one of the main points of actual having to engineer solutions, is when you have to connect two parts together that were not connected originally. Which is good fun. I'd highly recommend it. Okay. So that's a lot of things done. I think I've got everything that needs steel with steel, because these are interior plate. Oh, and it's a lot of them. Okay. So, oh, I've got a lot too, so that's good. Did this? Yes, that's good. Let's just put them straight into this. Hold it up for a while. Still good on fuel. That is. Thankfully, there for the ship, there's not very much fuel. But for me as a little person, there's actually a lot in there. Will keep me going for a good while without having to actually drill the ice. I should have more than enough to keep myself flying until I'm ready to go. Which means I can do things like fly over here real quick to save some time. And, well, cautiously fly back so I don't smash myself and end up losing time. That's good, 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 good. These will need plate. These, I don't think these, no, that's steel. Okay, so that's all the plate. Time for 5 billion construction components. There we go. In fact, we'll just start at the top. Oh. Even 5 billion construction components aren't gonna get me through in one flight, I think. More there. As the crane slowly spins its way back around. That'll be until I build it. Oh, and that's something I've forgotten. I need power on this. I'll need probably one battery and some wind turbines. That shouldn't be too difficult. Mainly just need a place to put wind turbines. So maybe what I'll do. So I want to be able to access that ice with the drill. So I don't want to park there. Maybe what I do is build off to this side a raised parking, like a raised deck. The back of it'll probably hit that there. Give me enough room to land the headhunter on. Connect up with probably the bottom connector. And just pipe it, maybe just right off of one of these straight in. I think that'll be good. And then, instead of parking the ship on top of the fuel, I can put wind turbines on top of there. And that'll be where the power is generated. Why still? I do not have 20 left. Come to me, components. Okay. May not need all of these, but... you know. Let's go ahead. Where are batteries? There you are. Well, I could put it here. But that's a little bit exposed. Although, because what I can do is armor this a bit. Maybe on 3 of the 4 sides, I have a battery access side. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Because honestly, well, I guess the processing, technically if the drill is destroyed, I could still process what was here, but I think that'll be good. There's a whole lot of drill on top of it. Let's go ahead. So I think those take 80. Stop that. There we go. I should have enough for that. We'll find out. That's not what I want. And... oh. Apparently the keel connector. I guess that makes sense to put all the heavy steel in the keel, but... oh, that also rhymes. I don't think it's actually what I want to do. What are you doing over here, you silly drill? So that'll be interesting. I could technically bring the drill... well, no, because I'm going to have probably stuff on top of this. So I couldn't bring the drill all the way over here. But it'll definitely reach... and probably reach completely clearly to this corner. That'll be good. Oh no, I want to be here. To put many motors in many places. Okay. Many motors. They're not actually, I thought the drill and stuff would take more. No, you don't need motors. Motors and a battery. Silly. Oh, I bet this takes like 5,000. Ah, 20. It's the most I've needed. How many? Not enough left. So... I always say every time I do one of these where I'm building stuff on stream, I'm like, ooh, I should really learn Build Planner, figure out and kind of practice it so I just do it naturally. And never happens. Never comes to be. These don't need drill or motors at all. So that's life, I suppose.
Flow.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Hydrogen tank. Perfect. Oh. I was like, why didn't miss 4 of them? It didn't. It just didn't put 4 of them in the keel yet. Where are you? There we are. Perfect. I don't know. I should check the batteries aboard, because I don't know how much we are making from the solar panels we added. I'm willing to bet when the production stuff is going, I'm willing to bet that we're actually losing power. So, the reactor is there as kind of the standby, but my hope is that I won't need it. Because again, until I get somewhere with a reliable source of uranium, I've kind of got what I've got. Oh, goodness. That... yep. 5 more. I can do math. So that, and then... what's the next? I mean, tubes. I guess did it? What is that button? I don't know what button U was doing. Oh. I thought steel tubes took up a lot more. I thought that's like the max I could carry normally. I guess the 5 power cells aren't as much as 25, so... probably actually balances out pretty well. Okay. So got a battery. Computers would have actually been the smart thing to use next, but... here we are. I guess everything else will need them too, so... oh, goodness. Yeah, so... okay. Yeah, so 21's nearly all I could carry of large tubes. Take those. Those need small tubes. How many? Got 11. I think the tanks need tubes. You need small ones. These, oh, these need a couple tubes. Oh, these need all the tubes. Many, many tubes. I'm almost wishing I brought Buzzy. Which I don't think I showed in the welding configuration. I used, replaced the grinder on Buzzy with a welder, loaded up with steel plate. That's how I welded up the majority of the base. It's very handy when you need to do like this, where you need a ton of components that just don't fit in your player inventory. Granted, I think Buzzy wasn't necessarily designed for heavy hauling of that nature. So if I recall, there were, I'd load him fully up with steel plate and he'd just fall to the ground and do nothing. Perfect. Oof. Yeah, this'll pretty much run us out on these. But I don't know if we... The bright side is most stuff does not take very many large steel tubes. I think they're only iron, so... Ow. So it shouldn't be too horrible. Don't think there's too much that'll actually need them. Okay. Oh, it'll be so close. I need 30. Yep. Okay. So let's have 4 of these. Then all the computers. Perfect. Those just need tubes. Oh. Scared me. I just went by and something suddenly exploded. Nah. 8. Most things. Everything needs computers nowadays. Okay, drill up. Perfect. Oh. Oh, and I doubt we'll run out, so we'll have all the pistons done. We'll be very nearly ready to give her a test drill. Yeah. Put those in there just because I feel like they're probably needed even if they aren't operation critical. Okay. Oh, dang. That's out. Well, I guess I've been flying about all this time, so. How much is still... Oh, that's why, because I actually emptied out that tank. Okay. Tank 16 has a good bit. And all the pipe. I think this should more or less at least get us to the point where everything's functional. I guess the only thing I'll still need is a... I'll need the wind turbines. And I'll probably... I want to stick those on top of whatever structure I build for the... tanks. So I'll probably have to build those tanks. Oh, and this needs many things still. Metal grids and display. Oh. That signal's close. I may go over and get that. But yeah, plenty of tubes. Until I get to these, which probably need like 400. 60. But that is now, once I'm done welding, that is one finished tank. Oh, and I have plenty. Weld, weld, weld. The worst part about the welding is the light is one of the main things that causes video degradation when I upload these, and probably while you're watching it now. Because my poor old computer doesn't understand what to do to make it, it doesn't understand all these changing colors and shapes. Okay. That was a burp. Hopefully that was not audible. I just kind of... It happened, and I was like, oh, I guess that I am on mic right now. That's fine. Oh, I do not have enough of those. Nope, that's not how I want to do that. We'll make 20. And I should have enough cobalt. Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't take a crazy amount for those. Okay. And grid. Oh, and display. Okay. Boom. So, everything is now technically working. It'll be burning off that battery. Let me real quick dump all this stuff. Let's go get this signal. See what great treasures await me inside. Is it? Okay. It's not one of the annoying trick ones. Give me your loot. Ooh, rainbow boots. How exotic. Go ahead. Just because littering isn't very good. And the automated litter cleanup in this game is a little iffy sometimes. Ooh, some money. It is kind of interesting. It would be pretty tough to get things like thrust and whatnot, but a good amount of what you need you could get by just going and collecting signals to at least build like a little small starter vehicle. I bet you could get everything you'd need to build a rover. It would take a while, but if you absolutely didn't want to dig. Now, trade this out. Get some steel and design my cover. I have an idea. Kind of loosely based off the other base. But how do I wanna... Actually, that's what I'll do. Okay. So, well, we won't, not that. So, I'll do 2 there, 2 here, 2 there, 2 there. There. And use these. This won't be perfectly protective, but I think it'll look the part at least. And protect from kind of immediate danger from above. Most of the time, if I'm here, I'd be here in scrap metal or some other large vehicle that would be able to protect, probably from a greater distance, this place. So it shouldn't need to be super heavily armored. Worst comes to it, there's a lot of steel. Yeah, 120 steel that has to get destroyed first before these things explode. And actually, whoops, there's no ground below. Can do these different. Yeah. And then, oh, there we go. Have these kind of, so we've got these kind of outer support legs, hold up a roof. Yeah. And then I should have room for 3 wind turbines, I guess, maximum. Though what I may do is I'll experiment, because I could put another turret maybe like in the center here. Wind turbine. Wind turbine. That could be good. We'll see. We'll do 2 wind turbines and see how much power we're getting. Because if we aren't getting near enough power, then clearly it's not going to be the winning solution. There we go. And drop down. Oh my. I bet I'll be just a little bit short for this last block for this row. Aha, by 2. Okay, well that's pretty good. Good thing we built all that extra steel. Yeah, and just from that angle, maybe. I don't want... that's too big. Just a little bit. Nope. Just a little overhang. It's like conceptually it'd be good. And I could also put some lights there. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Oh, let's duplicate that over here before I forget. And, oh, and I replaced that. Guess I don't need these anymore. At least until something shows up and blows it all up. Okay. And up we go. I always find it funny welding while standing on these 2x1 blocks, because it kind of just feels like you're standing on the wall as you create it. Actually, if we want a turret there, we'll leave that open, so I can put the conveyor in. It'll save us hopefully enough steel to finish this line. Oops. Yes. Okay. More steel. So now that does leave the refineries exposed. The O2H2 generators. So I'll leave them exposed for now, and we'll see. Again, the goal is that hopefully no one comes to blow this up, so. Mm. And, oh. So I finished that line perfectly except that one. Okay. How much? I'll probably need more. Yeah, because that's not even enough for 2 full blocks. Granted, the full blocks take the most, but... see, hopefully this will get it. If not, it'll be very close. Oh, I'll need to go back anyway, because I need another nap. Okay. Think I might need one more little load. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh well. Bash our head in there. Circle on down. I will begin to sweat because unfortunately it is now warm where I live, and we've used up like most of the steel. Uh it's now warm, and to improve audio quality I can't have my air conditioner running while I'm recording. So it get toasty. Plus my computer is also sitting here both running Space Engineers, which can be pretty intensive, and processing Space Engineers in video form, which is also intensive. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think that looks nice. From a blah blah blah. Speaking words, from a distance, it looks good. Need to finish up this. That shouldn't be too bad. I may need to request some more steel. Just because we are not done with it. Oop. Don't know why I thought I'd been around 4 times. Or been to 4 sides. Okay. Yeah, let's get some more steel. Well, let's produce some more steel. So I can do stuff here. Let's do... No, it's in this. Yes. Got a fun idea. Oh, except... How do I want to do this? So my thought was to do these across. And then have these coming up. But unfortunately... Well, actually, hold on. Nope. Okay. So this is an awkward thing. But... Yeah, because that wants to go down into points. That's just not quite right. Oh! No, because this one wants to be full blocks on the sides. Hello, fella. So that's the issue. This shape, there's not really a way to fill still. There is this, which works except for the hole. Whoops. I don't really want the hole, so... But what I may just do... is just have flat there. We already have the 4 points there, so these can just kind of run up. And that'll cover the full conveyor port for the turret. Yeah, I think that'll do. A little bit more old school Space Engineers, where you had to find fun, unique ways to cover for the fact that there weren't very many shapes you could do. So, yeah, it's still producing. Let's check our ship batteries. Okay. 21 hours, that's pretty long. That's real world life hours, so... I doubt I'll be playing this for 24 hours straight and run out of fuel. Or out of power, I guess. Okay. That really comes into play more with servers where the world will still be up even if you're not online. There's the benefit of this series just being me and me alone. I don't have to worry about, you know, stuff staying. I don't have to worry about beds. Because when I leave, the world ends. Time freezes until I'm ready for it to start again. Perfect. So now... Okay. Now what I'll do... First, or no. So... Shift middle mouse. No. Stop that. Stop doing what you're doing. Control middle mouse? No. Shift right, nope. Left click, nope. Do that to get rid of that. Alt middle mouse? Haha. Okay. So alt middle mouse deposits all your things. Yes, and it kept the things I want to keep, so that's handy. So now what I need... I want the stuff for... I'll get rid of that. Two of those. Control middle mouse. Okay, and it gave me all the things. Probably. So now... Yes, okay. That's pretty easy. The next step, I guess, is figuring out what the keybind is for place thing down that's incomplete, and then add it to hotbar. Although I don't know why it said I couldn't withdraw some things, yet I have all the things, so... I don't know if it quite knows what it's doing. That's fine. Oh, maybe when you have two things... Ah. I think I clicked it twice, saying, like, give me stuff for 1 and 2, but I put 2 things in there, so I guess it fills me for, like, everything in the planner. That makes sense. Oh. What I should do, though... Get our wheel, and our that. And steel. Okay. I can go there. Why? I guess it's done. I guess we did take a lot of the steel while it was building it, so we would not be to the full 1,000. Okay. So I'll have these two. We'll need construction components to get it to the pretty state. Well, it does take interior plate. Well, okay. So take that. Take a bit of interior plate. I'm going to learn how to do the thingy. Perfect. Okay. It's one of you and one of you. So if I hit shift right click, control right click, shift middle mouse on you, nope. Control middle mouse, nope. Alt, maybe shift left click, nope. Control left click, nope. Maybe I need my well, or this out. That makes sense. Yes. Okay, so I've added 2. There are 2 there. So now, it's almost like a tutorial, except for I'm bumbling through it as I go. Yes, so it withdrew the things. And it said it couldn't withdraw some things, so we'll see if that's true. Nope, not true. Okay, so I don't quite understand it, because it seems to want to take more things out than I ask it for. But that's worked. Okay. So that's pretty easy. And it saves having to do a trip with each type of thing. Though honestly, doing that's not horrible either, and it kind of helps you keep track of what you have and use. Okay, so last thing I guess I should do... Oh, I need steel for these. Oh, and a lot of grids. Well, we'll see. So take this. I guess we need to set up our drill real quick. Okay, so let's name you piston up down. Piston up down. Then the other pistons I'll just know are in-out pistons. Although actually... Oh, not question mark. We'll do this. And if I go down the line... enter. Okay. Hopefully that'll change it to where that one's now 2. Nope, it did not. Well, that's pretty easy to do. 2. And... Uh-oh. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're here. Okay. So I want to use tank 16 now. There we go. Okay. So, anyway, naming these things, that way it's easier for me to pull them in manually. So I know 1 is the furthest out, 4 is the closest in. Because what I want to do, so I don't go too fast, I will want them to be moving. I want to move them 1 at a time. Though I guess... Whoops, I just slapped my microphone. I guess that doesn't matter too much. Because I won't be... Well, how do I... Yeah, because if I'm doing it manually, I'll just do a complete arc. And then... I'm doing it all manually anyway, so I just choose 1 and move it. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's name this... Ice Drill. And actually... change this up a bit. So they're all kind of grouped together. Name them all Ice Drill, and then whatever they are. That way, 1, I won't get confused as to what part's what once I have multiple things connected with various bits. And 2, it'll be nice and easy because I just type in ice and ice everything. Okay. So let's see. That's what I want. Though it's moving real quick and I don't want that. Stop you. Okay, so positive direction is to the right. from looking out towards the lake. So let's make you stop. Whoa, no. Too quick. Okay. No. Brain processing how to things. So do that. Swing out that way. Trying to figure out what angle it's at to be over here. Because I want to set the minimum maximum angle of the rotor. So I think the easiest thing to do will actually be... Yeah, so if we set the upper limit to 360, and then just set it to move, it'll position to where 0 is, because 360, 0, obviously the same thing on a circle. Oh yeah, which is there, because that's where I built it. Okay. So, it is currently at there. That's wrong. That's not what I wanted to do. Lower limit 0. Get back there. Oops. Okay. Now we do that. So, it's currently at 0 degrees. 90 degrees, we'll put it out that way. So that would be negative 90 degrees. To put it that way. So, let's say negative 100 there. Maybe 40 here. And we'll let it go to 40 and see where we end up. Okay, so that's 40. I bet I could do 50. This is the advanced engineering that you do in Space Engineers. Yeah, let's try for 60. So, and because these are all pulled in, this is the closest the drill head can get. So I want to be able to get a nice wide arc without actually hitting the base and grinding into it. Because that's not what we want. So yeah, 60 will be good. And now... let's yank that bad boy back. Slow it up a bit. Oh, so that's negative 100. We can go miles. Miles more than that. Set that nice and slow. And try negative 150. Basically, I just don't want it to go across where this turret would be. Okay. Well, let's see. Again, 150 is nice. Let's see what 160 is like. It'll have a sort of symmetry to it. Wow, that's like dead on the corner. And that should a little industry secret. Even though these look like lovely slopes that would continue, they do not. This is the edge, more or less. So In fact, I think that's like dead on flush at the edge. No, it's just a little bit. Because you can see the, we're at the bottom kind of this line. So there's that much under the ice. But I digress. That's a good spot there. Oh, though actually, no. I'm gonna make some changes because so the drill head is where it is. It's got a radius around it where it drills, and that radius will also do damage. So I think it actually, even though it's not hitting the base, I think it will damage the base. So go ahead and reverse it. Just set that there. We'll do 50 here, because if I'm right, swing it on around. Yeah, I think that'll be... Could almost get away with 55, but I think that'll be enough ice for one base. How... Okay, so it is recharging. It could take more. I think what I'll do... We are gonna replace this with another wind turbine. Mainly because... Well, we need more power, and because that's where I kind of came from, at least still to my best understanding, bases don't just appear. The bases that send drones out, they don't just pop up. You have to travel by, or I guess they don't pop up in areas you've already been. You'd have to travel and discover one out there. So technically speaking, they spawn in as you explore more of the planet, but they won't be... Basically, there won't be a new base that spawns back there to kill me. There could be bases that spawn out that way if I go that way. So, a turret there, kind of protecting from that direction. Most of the time the ship will be here, so that'll be protection. I think we can get by with a little extra power. Granted, they might be so close that they intersect with each other.
Energy low.
Oh, energy's fine. Let's see. Show me the wind turbines. Yeah, clearance good, not excellent. What were they before? You go away. Okay. If they're good right now, then I don't really care. It's just a matter... Okay, so they're good right now. I don't want to, or, I guess not do damage, but I don't want to decrease the efficiency by putting in a third one, because that doesn't really help. Okay. So in that goes, and one of you to add to build planner. Take out all the various parts for like 80 of them. And we're good. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Nope. So now, 2 hours, but maybe actually. I'm debating. Could extend it out to this edge. Yeah, whatever. This will be good enough for what I need this to do. So we should be set there. Okay. I think we're ready to start drilling. So let's turn on our drill. It's already biting into some ice. All our pipes are good, yes. Got storage. This one's got some ice in it now. Ah, hiccup. Ice in it now. Okay. This isn't... Hold on, wait. Turn off the drill. The drill works. What I need to do... Let's extend this thing out and see just how far it goes. Actually, real quick. Don't explode, please. Ah, okay. I'm gonna do this just so when I extend it out, they hopefully don't sag as much. And hopefully also don't explode whenever they move. Full extension. Let's see. This is where I should start and then bring it in slowly. Oh, it goes way out there. I'm definitely going to have to move the scrap metal before I can do the arc. Yeah, okay. So, what we can do... who needs energy? Yeah, I've got 10 of them. I am set. Okay. Up, down. Let's set it to negative 0.1. Real slow. Turn on our drill. And the maximum distance should be 2.5 meters. Kind of how we did it before, where we go a fourth of the way down, and then move it across. So it'll go in... Where is a good place? The unfortunate thing is the best place to park is the ice. Because it is flat. Maybe we'll just back it up a bit, because I know roughly I can visualize where the arc will be of the drill. Don't really need to close those doors, but feels good. Okay. We have a bit of power. Let's kick on thrusters. Kick off landing gear. Oh, kick off inertial dampeners. Back her up. I think it'll fly a whole lot better once we actually have hydrogen on. Granted, it's doing pretty well here. Just there's whoops, except for I've hit the ground. The downside is there's not a lot of side-to-side motion. Well, pretty much all the directions other than up are very underpowered. But it's also a quarter of a piece of garbage that I found on the side of the road, so what more can you expect? Okay. Let me out. So yeah, now I should be able to swing this around. Let's do, now danger. I'm gonna need it to be moving really slowly across because it's so far out. Any little motion, any small velocity at our rotor will translate to a much higher velocity on the thing. So let's do 0.05 and see if that's painful. 0.05 is almost too fast. Negative 0.025. That's a good speed. That should be enough that the drill head won't be hitting the ice before it drills it. Yeah. And again, it doesn't have to get perfect on each pass because, like with the other drill, once it does an arc, we drop it down a length and then do another arc. Okay, so we are quickly filling up on ice. Are these running? Are we making... Yes, so we are filling our tanks. Slowly but surely. So I guess blue... Yeah, that makes sense. Blue means on and working. Yeah, that single large cargo container may not be enough. Because it's filling quick. I guess worst comes to it, I could dig here, dig out below it, and put a second one. That might solve our problem. It's making a nice trench. Let's get some bit of steel. Cover up our battery. Oh, and I still need to make the turret, so. Yeah. So, we'll do those. And then these. As just kind of a little shielding for the outward sides of the battery. And actually, I need interior plate. Let's get some of that. Though, no, maybe I won't. Because the issue with the button panel seems nice to be able to like control the drill from buttons at the base, but I don't, because what I need to do for the control is primarily input maximum distances. I don't think the buttons will give me the control, like the precision I want out of that. It'll be easier to just hit this and access it. So, speaking of, hit that and yeah, so we are definitely not a fourth of the way. Well, maybe we're close to a fourth of the way through our drill arc. And we're also about a fourth of the way full on cargo. So, how are these doing? I can't see it with that. They're filling up pretty quick. So 1.5% each. Now, granted, this will be the largest arc, so any other arc will get us kind of increasingly fewer and fewer returns. I should have said less and less, but my brain was like, nah, fewer and fewer will be better when talking about ice. Fewer ice. Okay. This is looking good. Let's get a turret. I think I have steel, so okay. Thought I threw myself off the roof for a second. Guess we'll do this just for safety's sake. And not that one. Control right click. Remove all that other stuff that's still there for some reason. Ow. Yes. Okay. And I just need the 5 grids, which I think I have to build. Yeah. Nope. Oh, why did... I don't know why it decided to pop out an interior plate there. But let's have 10 grids, please. Grid. I'll just take them. Okay. Boost that. A station shouldn't get close, but just in case one does. Do that. Doesn't need to target neutrals. And yeah. No, no missiles. I still am not 100% sure if that actually works. I believe what it's targeting is like the fired missiles that you fire from a ship, but I've not actually I've not tested that enough to know if you can actually shoot those down. If it means like player built missiles, like a small grid, essentially unmanned ship, generally designed to explode itself into things, then I don't see why they differentiate that from a small ship. So I don't know. Might just be something that they put in there and never used, because that happens a lot too. Okay. What is... Okay, so now I think... Oh no, it's just going slower because it's now quite full. And it's still ticking up a decent rate. That should be fine. I need to put ammo in that gun. Don't know why I came up here to do that, but... Can access... No, I can just stop it. Do that, and... Anything else? Okay, well that was pretty... successful on the base building front. We've got a little fueling area. Oh, I guess what I need to do, though... I still need to set up for the... how the ship is going to fuel from it. And part of the issue is that the scrap metal is just so big. There's not a ton of room. Oh, also I didn't weld that. Okay, time to get some steel. Just get a bunch so we can do some planning. That's the other issue. Let's go ahead and start producing a bunch. Because I think we're going to need it. Much. Okay, so 37k left of steel, and I need roughly 7k to do this. So. Maybe I won't build a full-on, well, I can fix this now. Maybe I won't build a full-on, like, docking pad out here. Maybe what I'll do, because I do want the ship to be able to land and be level. And technically speaking, if I've got a connector on the bottom, connector on this, and I just connect them together, the ship will just stay put. It doesn't care about, like, anything else being on the ground. But I don't know, that doesn't feel as good. I guess too. Because I mean, the ship is big, but the landing area is actually pretty small. With the gear. Okay, so let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 8 wide by roughly, 1, 2, 3. It's hard to do. That'll make it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Technically an 8 by 13 platform I can land on. It'll be quite cozy. So maybe like a 15 by 15 platform? Let's see. Okay. So go from here. Part of the challenge too is I need room so I don't hit the base, so I need to be far enough away. Let's go even further. Yeah. Okay. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 15 that way. Then we extend it 15 out that way. Which I'll just fly for. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ha ha ha. 15 blocks of metal. That's actually quite big, isn't it? 15 by 15. Is that really how big? I guess is pretty much. Roar. Unless this was 13 wide by 8 wide. So I guess this is a bit overkill. But yeah, you know what? Bit overkill. what we'll do... Whoops. We'll run the pipe out with the connector. And then from there, maybe find a good spot. And just build some pillars up. Maybe to land on. Or... See, the big pain is this side over here isn't flat. I'd love to just be able to sit down on the flat stuff, extend out the extendo connector on the side, and have that be how we fuel. But I really didn't actually build the base very well for that. Let's do a... Ooh, we're about to fill up on ice. Okay. Rotor. Let's turn the rotor off. Turn the rotor lock on. I didn't need to do that because it's all right here. Next, turn the drill off. Okay. So, it'll keep going, but we'll leave this here for processing. Okay. Got a fun idea. I don't know how long it takes to transfer from one fuel tank to the other. But if I build a tower up off, like, here, I could hover in on the Atmos, connect, and fuel it from above. It won't be able to fill up completely on one tank, or on one landing. But what I could do, fill up as much as I can from transferring over fuel, go land out on the ice, and then wait for the tanks to refill again. I think that might be the best bet in terms of getting something that's reasonably usable. Because again, as I said, technically speaking, once I lock the connector, it'll just stay there floating. So it kind of breaks realism, but functionally it'll be just like landing on flat ground. And I could kind of explain it away as, and it makes sense if ships are coming in to fuel up quickly and leave, that they would want to just dock up, while in the air, take on fuel, and take off again without going through the whole landing process. So yeah, let's do that. To do that, I need interior plate. Buy the mini. On interior plate we have. How much? I've got a bit of fuel left. Okay. Tin should be enough. That'll give plenty of clearance for the wind turbines. And actually, now I've got an idea. Come on. Because I do have this area off to the right here. Let's... We'll kind of bring it away a bit. Go up there. Actually, we could... do one of those just for convenience sake. Ooh, or maybe. Nah, I think that should be fun. So do that there. Come up 8. And I can't place one of these because I put all my steel away. Yep. But we'll have that over there kind of separate as a little tower. That way I can armor it up and make it look like a tower. Yeah, that'll do. And yeah, on the top we'll have this. And when we need fuel, we just kind of fly in, dock up with the bottom connector, and we're good. So let's get this to do these, and I used all the plate. That was silly. Yeah, we'll put that back for now. Oop, and yeah. Nope, not hydrogen tank. 30. 16? Nope. Where did I put that? 14? 16? I'd love to be able to refill. Oh, it did it. I did. That's why it wouldn't let me refill, because it was already filled. Okay. Nope. So I'll just put these here to cover. No, please. As I think I've explained it before, because me pop filter, I'm a pirate now, because of my pop filter, I can't actually see my keyboard. So I'm going off of position, and sometimes my position is off. Oh yeah. How much? Plenty of steel. So we'll continue kind of... Yeah, there. We'll have this exposed so it doesn't, so it's a clean connection. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Make it look more reasonable as a, landing structure than just, you know, some tube. Yeah, it'll be sort of a, if you look up how Zeppelins used to dock, a lot of times, because you didn't want to, like, deflate the whole balloon and have to reflate it each time, they would dock on little poles in the sky. So this is my Zeppelin dock. Yeah. And as... Oh, the sun is coming up. Here. Don't mind a thing. You see nothing. There we go. Screenshot. Though actually, that's not a great... You see nothing. That looks a little better. Okay. So, with that... Ow. that I think is our episode for today. Yeah. So, next week, I'll probably finish this up off camera, get all that going, and next week we might be ready to go to space. I'm still not 100% sure if I want to take the scrap metal up as is, or if I want to build a small scouting ship first just to see what's up there. But I'll consider that. We'll see. Either way, next week should be exciting. So, thank you very much for joining and watching today. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.